Hello, my garden friends. This is Jersey Shore Lisa with MyNJGarden.com. Today, I'm standing in the front yard of my first permaculture garden. This was the house we moved from in Beechwood, New Jersey, Ocean County, in 2015. We had moved here in 2007, and I started gardening in this yard in 2010. And we had renters in it for the past 5 years. And the yard is quite overgrown, and I am very interested to do a walkthrough and see what's happening here and see what can be rescued and see what needs to go, and what some of the plants look like that have matured since we've been here. So this is actually the first time I'm really taking a close look at what's been going on in this property. And I forget some of what was left here. But I can tell you that it's gonna be interesting to look through. So these are 2 boxwoods, and I did put in a few boxwoods when we first got here, but I don't remember planting them in that foundation bed. I can see that there's some mint that spread to this foundation bed, and I know where I planted that, and it was nowhere close. But this looks like a carrot that reseeded. Now keep in mind that when I lived here, I used to garden with edible landscaping for the most part, and I just can't even believe that. Wow. And I had food planted throughout the beds in the front yard, side yard, backyard. This is just a spirea that came from Home Depot. There's some irises, more mint, and those are Stelladoro daylilies. This is a Bartlett pear. This was supposed to be a dwarf tree. Can you even believe it? Wowzers. Yeah, I'm gonna need to do some pruning. This is a Lapin cherry tree. And we'll come around the front here. This had been planted with a tremendous amount of sunchokes, and I can still see a few coming up under the elderberry, but for the most part I think they've been mowed over so many times. I can see some morning glory coming up from when I planted it up the flagpole probably 6 or 7 years ago, and there were some Virginia bluebells there. This, oh, it's so beautiful. This is a serviceberry, and it's grown to be twice the size that it was when I left. And there are berries all over it. Oh, I'm so happy. I'll take some cuttings from that. This was a round garden that I had a trellis over. It was an arch, but I took the arch down and with me. And now there's just some vetch growing through there, and mugwort, and plantain, and some red dead nettle. There's iris over here that I know I planted too deep. The renters took a few, I guess. Yeah, I planted those too deep, so they never really bloomed that well. There's a maple that has sprung up, an azalea, and this dappled willow is fantastic. It's humongous. I definitely need to trim that. What a beautiful plant. This is purple leaf loosestrife, and an Adam's needle yucca. The loosestrife kind of spreads like mad, but it really is a beautiful color to add to the garden. There are some chives still growing in there. This looks like a redbud, an eastern redbud came up. And that's such a beautiful native tree, but I think I should take it down because it's very close to the wires. And if it gets as big as it wants to get, it's gonna get all tangled up in there. So I'm gonna take that down. This is a blueberry. And there's, I think that's probably a staghorn sumac back there against the foundation. There's some comfrey. And here's some sunchokes coming up. I know that I had weeded them out of the front and just thrown them back here at some point. Let's see, there's a lot of vinca vine back there. And another boxwood. Here is a tremendous blueberry. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's huge. This is my beautiful lilac, but it's really struggling now. I think I'll probably cut that down. And then that is an elderberry, and that is also an elderberry. So that's the front yard the way it is now. Some mullein is coming up, a hosta. I know that those are, I'm pretty sure those are more lilies up at the front. And I think under all this vinca, there was some lingonberry. I don't know that it would have survived with no sun at all. So this is this part of the front yard. In my first permaculture garden, I've reclaimed it. I'm gonna clean it up and get it ready to sell this house. So I'll be taking many of these plants back with me. Oh, there's a rhubarb. I didn't even notice the rhubarb under there. Wow. There's a lot of work to do, guys. I will definitely show you, this is the before. I'll definitely show you some during and after pictures of this project and more videos to come. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.